Lara woke up the next morning with a heavy chest. Brian had stopped answering her calls after the last message. Fear gnawed at her. Kelvin wasn't just suspicious anymore, he was dangerous. Kelvin, however, was all smiles. He kissed her forehead before leaving for work, as if nothing had happened. But once the door closed, his expression shifted, dark, calculating. Brian paced his small living room, the blinds half closed. His phone buzzed with Lara's calls, but he didn't answer. He knew Kelvin was capable of more than threats now. He glanced at his door lock twice, then poured himself a drink. But as he sipped, he froze. Through the narrow gap in the blinds, a shadow lingered outside. A man in a black hoodie stood across the street, staring up at his apartment. Brian's hand shook. He dropped the glass, the liquid spilling across the table. He grabbed his phone to dial Lara, but when he looked again, the shadow was gone. At home, Lara cleaned the kitchen absent-mindedly when Kelvin's phone buzzed on the counter. He was in the shower. Normally, she wouldn't dare touch it, but something pushed her. She glanced at the screen. A message from an unknown number flashed. "I found him. Do you want me to handle it tonight?" Her stomach flipped. Handle it? She scrolled quickly, there were more messages. Kelvin had hired someone. Someone dangerous. Before she could read further, Kelvin's footsteps echoed from the hallway. She dropped the phone back in place and rushed to the sink, pretending to wash dishes. He entered, towel draped on his shoulders, smiling. "You look tense," he said softly, placing a hand on her shoulder. "Relax. Everything will be fine soon." She forced a smile, but inside, she was screaming. That evening, Brian finally texted, "Lara, meet me at the old parking lot. We need to talk." She slipped out quietly, telling Kelvin she was meeting a coworker. He nodded, but his eyes followed her until the door shut. At the parking lot, Brian looked exhausted, fear etched into his face. "Lara, we're in serious trouble. Your boyfriend, he's not just jealous. He wants me gone. Permanently." Lara's breath shook. "We need to go to the police." Before Brian could answer, a car engine roared. Headlights flooded the lot, blinding them. A black car screeched to a stop, and Kelvin stepped out slowly, his figure tall and menacing under the harsh light. "Leaving so soon?" his voice boomed, calm but deadly. Lara's heart pounded. She clutched Brian's arm.